happily mine. Oh yeah. What's up there? Hey.
This is your what? What is this? Is this
This car?
Those famous Priuses?
This is a Prius, yes, that's right.
Whoa.
That's right. I drive a Prius because it's a way to trump like the LA car culture without actually spending that much money. So,
how often do you drive this?
I drive it, I don't know, whenever. It's all right. They're pretty good. They're probably not any good for the environment, and I'm not sure they actually save any money on gas overall. But the batteries are awful, and there's all sorts of environmental issues that were not foreseen. But it's a nice car. I like it. It's got it's good.
And tell me about you and yoga. I hear that you can do some awesome positions.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, awesome is relative. I can do the lotus position. I can touch my toes for the first time in my life. My hamstrings and calves have always been very tight, so being able to touch my toes is an accomplishment. I can stand on my shoulders, which didn't take much work. So I guess I always was able to stand on my shoulders and didn't even know it.
Maybe we should get in the right lane.
Yeah, we will.
Have you taken a lot of yoga classes?
I've taken, about a year ago, I took 2 group yoga classes with my wife, but I didn't find them much to my liking.
Too gay?
No, it was just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of didn't get it. It was just like, I didn't really see the point of it at that time. But I applied the principles from the Alexander technique, Pilates, yoga, which I had read when I was 18. I went to India for about 7 weeks and read a lot of stuff about Hatha yoga at that time. Kind of absorbed a lot, and so the principles from that, from Pilates, from the Alexander technique, and just kind of Buddhist stuff that I'd read about ways to relate to your body, and I've been able to make some physical changes in the past couple months. My blood pressure is now much lower than it was. My pulse is lower.
How's the
sweating
smoking?
less. The smoking is still happening. I started again. I think I told you I had the worst excuse ever, which is that my father-in-law died of lung cancer, and that was very stressful for me. So I had to start smoking again. So I'm still smoking a bit, but that'll go. And I don't have much else.
Have you seen any good movies lately?
I haven't, but I really do want to see Waltz for Bashir.
I
2
saw
people.
that, so
I know.
yeah.
And you said it was depressing.
No, but profound.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's
Yesterday,
an
2
excellent film.
different people independently told me that I would do myself a favor if I went to go see it before it was out of the theaters. So I downloaded it on BitTorrent. And I will watch it.
Well, this thing can accelerate to 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, these things are under. I always said, like, well, this isn't a 4-cylinder engine, obviously, but small cars are underrated, like, for their really quick pickup, like, because they're not big. So even though they got a pussy engine, they can still move. But
And what were you saying on Facebook today? You were saying about everybody should do something, and I'm trying to remember.
everybody should.
You were promoting something on Facebook, something moralistic.
I can't remember. I promote a lot of moralistic things. Usually my heart's not really in it, so I forget it very quickly.
Yeah.
What was? Can you give me a hint?
No. Just remember, it caught my attention.
In my status?
You joined some group.
Oh. Well, I join groups when I'm invited to join groups and causes.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes I will ignore a request if it really doesn't suit me. But I have a friend named Qasim, who is a Kuwaiti of Palestinian origin. His family was expelled from Kuwait after the first Gulf War, and he invited me to join a group called Save the Children.
Okay.
I didn't I joined it. I just assumed it was a Palestinian, what's going on in Gaza. He has friends in Gaza. So I joined that, but I didn't prescribe it to anyone, I don't think.
Okay. So how do you feel about what's going on in Gaza right now?
I know very little about what is going on in Gaza right now. In the past, I would have been
All over it.
all over it, but I know very little about what's going on in Gaza right now.
So we're on our way to Limoud, LA, a taste of Limoud. And this is your second taste, because you were at the bonfire.
Right, the bonfire was Limoud. This is my second. Luke is taking me to my second Limoud taste. This is taste 2.
So I've been going to yoga every day for the past 5 days.
And how's that been?
It's good, I like it. It's a nice place, it smells good. The ratio of women to men is about 3 to 1.
It's very healthy.
And
What kind of... Because what kind of yoga is it? Because someone...
Kundalini yoga. Why are you laughing?
That's perfect.
Why? What do you know about Kundalini yoga?
Oh, come on. Luke, I'm a man of the world. I know plenty about Kundalini.
I don't know anything about Kundalini.
Really?
Really?
Do you know what
It means the coiled
coiled
snake.
serpent, but but boy, it means a lot more than that. Luke, you just telling me you just randomly happened upon a place called Kundalini Yoga.
No, I was walking past this place for 10 years and I knew I needed to do yoga.
But you just wanted yoga. It didn't have to be any...
Right. And I went in and it smelled nice, it looked nice, and the guy was nice, and I took one class. And I said, if I sign up for the $1,000 a year option, I'll really save money, because I'll go to class every day and it'll only work out to $3 a day instead of paying $16 an individual class. So I put down my credit card and I'm signed up for a year.
You are? You signed up for a year?
Yeah, unlimited classes.
All right, well, as long as you go, then you got your money's worth.
So what do you know about Kundalini yoga?
I'm almost hesitant to begin discussing while I'm driving, because I like to reserve a baseline portion of my attention for the road, and I'm afraid that if I start talking about Kundalini, I will have trouble doing that.
Okay.
But
I respect that.
yeah, but I will. We will discuss that further this evening. I'm actually blown away that you just kind of... I mean, there are a lot of yoga places, and I've never even heard of a place called Kundalini Yoga, but Kundalini is a...
Well, it's called Yoga West LA, and it seems to be mainly peopled by Sikhs. So the guys wear turbans and the women cover their hair.
Well, that's very interesting.
And there's a lot of stuff about the breath and meditation, but everyone's really nice, and you go in there and everyone's nice to you. And
there's nothing overtly sexual about it at all?
Not that I can tell. And you go in there and you greet people. I've learned how to greet people. You put your hand on your heart and you say Satnam, and something about truth. Truth is a good thing. I'm all for truth.
Truth is important, man.
And everyone was just really nice. And contrast that to all the Orthodox shuls that have thrown me out.
Yes.
And non-Orthodox shuls that have bored me to death. And
right.
And this is a lovely combination, because I can't do a lot of physical exercise without getting sick. My old chronic fatigue syndrome kicks in. So this is like stretching and meditation.
Right. Yes.
And it may be just perfect for me.
Well, I was just going to say, like, the reason yoga, the 2 classes I took before, didn't work for me is because there was no meditational aspect. And I wanted, for me, ultimately, really the reason I'm doing it is to become more aware of my body, but also to become more aware of my emotional states before they sneak up on me. And yeah, so I would like a place that's kind of geared towards that. It sounds like this one maybe. I'm still thrown for a loop by the Kundalini thing.
It's all about the people, and these people are nice.
Yes.
They're really nice.
One thing I really find about Eastern communities is that, and this can be a fault too, but is that they start from the assumption usually that, like, you take somebody from where they are, or if you don't, you don't. But like it's you don't run into a lot of righteousness about how you're doing it wrong. It's like, okay, this is who you are, this is how you're doing it. That's one way, and and that's much cooler for me.
Yeah, I mean, I go there and I can't do half the poses.
Right.
And they tell me it's perfectly alright to just lie down there on your mat.
Yeah.
And lying